Have you ever had something in your life where you're just doing something and your brain keeps saying you're supposed to be doing it this way, you're doing it wrong, that everybody's going to judge you, and you just go down that line and it stops you in your tracks from all these things that you thought that you were going to be able to do in your job, in your life, in your lifestyle, creating maybe a business that's growing, and you're traveling to whatever that, you know, that vision that you have. Well, I'm a health coach, and is it okay for me to drink a hot chocolate? I've been judged on that. I've been judged on so many things because we get in the mindset that everything has to be perfect, and like, this is your title, this is what you're supposed to do, and if you do anything outside of that, then the shaming comes on, and that, like, well, then how can you talk to people about, and like, whatever their mind goes into that. What in your life are you doing right now where you're shaming yourself, you're getting yourself really revved up? This is video 2 of 10, and we're talking about health and wellness, like not just in the food, because my first video was about your white plate, taking it out, and your vision. Now we're talking about how can you get more gentle on yourself, allow yourself to be you, see where you align in your gems and what you're really good at. Look at all the good stuff you're doing. Your body will start relaxing, your inflammation will go down, and you will start using your tools to rebalance your energy. This is video 2. We're going to be talking about being out in nature. I've been doing this health and wellness for 25 years, and I used to give all these things. You have to do this, you have to do that. Let me give you a package thing. And people thought that was pretty worth something, like pretty much worth something. And then the time came when I was like, but they're not following it. They're not doing exactly what I told them to do. And they are not losing weight, and they're not, like, in my brain was starting to go that route. Is there anything that you're doing where you're like, I am so tired of doing this, whatever this is, because I'm not getting the results? For my clients, maybe for myself, you know, for yourself, if you take a step back and you look, I'm around a tree right now. And the best thing for me is to connect with my nature. So I'm holding onto the tree, and I'm just like partnering with what I see out here. There's nothing but beauty of flowers, of grass, of trees that are there for me. And they're not naysaying me. They're not like, Rhonda, you can't have this hot chocolate. You can't have any of that. You have to eat exactly, you know, what video 1 was about. What's on your plate? Let's talk about that. We're talking about balance, and also using the tools that are around you that you've been using. And maybe this is going to be new. Maybe you haven't touched a tree before. I'm going to give you a quick story about why I'm around a tree and why trees are really important to me. But are trees really important to you? Have you connected with them yet? This might be an odd conversation for you, but I'm really connecting with, if you can go and transition something that you are so stuck on and you can't get out of it, and you want to do a big project, you keep saying you're going to be making all this money, and it's all there ready for you if you get out of your way and you give yourself the opportunity to use your clearing tools. So in video 2, what I want to talk about is breathing in and knowing that everything's going to be okay. The more you relax, the more you receive what we're talking about here, nature. You take your shoes off, you can walk on the grass. Now, the reason why we're on a tree conversation is there were times when I was getting sick, and it was related with releasing somebody who I love so much, and I have a very difficult time with releasing this relationship, but I know that with the relationship, it was such a challenge. It was hard for me to feel something, like that next space of what I was seeking. So I was throwing up, and I was throwing up, and I was throwing up, and then everything would be fine. Okay. And then something would happen with this person, and I'd be throwing up because I was just so upset. So I went to a tree, and all of a sudden I relaxed, and I go, okay, I'm fine. And I didn't give kudos to the tree that much. I just was like, okay, whatever. And I went back in my car, because I was at the gym. I went back in my car, and right away, instantly, I didn't clear the air, so instantly I was sick. Boom. She's like, right away. And I was going to throw up, I was going to throw up, I was going to throw up. So then I got out of the car and I walked around trees and I was like, ooh, pretty sight, huh? And I went to another tree and everything calmed. And then all of a sudden, I like released it like 5, 6 times. And all of a sudden I was like, here, the tree isn't, we're not communicating back and forth with just the oxygen, that this is a living thing. This is a calming, grounded, living being, like a spirit. There's things that are happening here that are very precious that I have been ignoring all of my life. And when I did a retreat recently, that was the last part of what I did, is bringing everything together and then coming to the trees and holding on to the trees. And everybody gave 100% because of sharing that story with them. What can you do in your life where you're stuck right now? And maybe you don't even know where you are because you're like, I've been stuck for so long. But where can you partner and create something that's bigger than what you ever have, but you know that you're not doing it alone? You know that there's something more about this. Give it to Spirit that we are not alone. Keep yourself moving forward in the way that you feel authentically, that you are healing you. And healing is when you relax the body, so that your brain has no more stress the way that you may normally be carrying it. You become smarter and your heart becomes more coherent with your brain, and everything starts moving up and open and forward. And now your patterns of fight or flight in the brain start getting repatterned with very positive things. How do you want to make your transition? What are you going to do in nature in your next spot? What is it that you want, that you put your hand here and you go, I'm going out to nature right now. I'm going to take my shoes off and I'm going to go on that grass. I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to hold onto this tree. I'm going to wrap this tree. And one more thing, and this is the last part of it. I didn't connect with trees because I thought it was funny, because we call them tree huggers. And people would just be silly, like, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm just going to hug a tree. And I really never had the experience. Everything we see and feel, and the soft texture, this tree has a very interesting soft texture that give appreciation to it. You're going to love yourself so much more, because you're going to realize I'm not alone. I actually have energy all around me. And as a vitality coach and doing this video series up to 10, these are the things we're going to be talking about. Where do you want to get connected? My name is Rhonda, and I can't wait to go on to my 3rd video and remaining videos. I love you, appreciate you. Get to your nature, connect it with what you want, what you're calling for in your life. You got this.